Good Friday evening, everybody. This is Stephen Ray, and I wanted to jump here on social media and let you guys know that just like earlier today, we had a lot of heavy rain across northern and central Alabama, and we had a lot of road closures up around the 171 area in Tuscaloosa, also the Romulus Road area as well over in Coker. And unfortunately, we have more storms and more heavy rain moving into the area. And this is coming from the Columbus, Mississippi area. So if you're watching right now at Reform, Gordo, Aliceville, even over here into Coker, Tuscaloosa, and places like that. You need to go on ahead and also prepare for more heavy rainfall that could worsen the flooding conditions that were ongoing earlier over here in far western Tuscaloosa County and in Pickens County. So let me real quick show you how much rain has fallen so far today. And today we are sitting here looking at anywhere from 4 to 6 inches of rain, and especially you can see up here north of Coker and north of the city of Tuscaloosa and Northport. Some places over here are getting over here between 7 and 8 inches. There is also an area of 7 to 8 inches over here near the Yacht Club in Tuscaloosa County, and an area over here close to 9 to 10 inches of rain over here near Carrollton, just south of Stansel in Pickens County. And so more heavy thunderstorms are moving into the area from the Columbus, Mississippi area. So once again, if you are watching right now, basically along and south of the Highway 82 corridor, just go ahead and prepare for the potential of more heavy rain moving into your area, basically along the state line right now, and then getting down here towards Carrollton, Aliceville, Pickensville, Reform, and Gordo. Now, whether or not these storms will hold together to move into Coker, Tuscaloosa, and Northport, we just don't know. But I wanted to jump here and give you guys a quick update, because even though these storms are below severe limits, we had a lot of heavy rain earlier from a corridor from Columbus all the way down to Coker, Elrod, Buell, Foster's, Ralph, and Tuscaloosa that did an incredible amount of heavy rain within a short amount of time. And then here comes another batch north of Pickensville and over here towards the Mississippi-Alabama state line. There is also a batch of storms from just south of Russellville, stretching down to Hamilton and down into Lamar County as well. So once again, the reason here is to give you guys a quick update and radar update, because we desperately do not need any more rain in Pickens or Tuscaloosa counties right now, as there was flooding earlier, and now here comes another batch of storms and heavy rain coming from the Columbus, Mississippi area. So once again, if you are watching me right now in Reform, Gordo, Aliceville, Carrollton, Pickensville. If you live in a flood-prone area, just know that another batch of heavy rain is coming at you right now. And if you live on a flooded area near 171, also down here towards Romulus Road and Coker, you need to watch these storms as they move out of Pickens County and towards your area, because another flooding, soaking rain is very possible, and especially where you see these orange shades and this red shaded area. There is also a shower that has popped up north of Aliceville. But like I said, I want to show you one more time that just since midnight last night, we have had on the average of, as you can see right up there, 7.47 inches of rain. And that is north of 171 up here in northern Tuscaloosa County. You can see 6.79, 7.11. There is your 7.5 inches, and this is north of Mount Olive and east of Shirley up here in 171, that runs from Northport all the way up to Fayette in northern Alabama. So we do not need any more rain across the areas over here from Buell, Coker, Elrod, and especially over here in between Carrollton and Noland, over here in Pickens County. There you can see 8.55 inches of rain here along County Road 86 there in Pickens County. And unfortunately, we have another batch of storms that are really close to your area, just across the state line up here north of Pickensville, heading towards your area. So if you're watching in Macedonia, Ellisville, or if you're watching along 14 between Ellisville and the Pickensville, there is an extensive heavy rain that is coming over your area. So if you live along the Sipsey River in Tuscaloosa County, or if you live near Lake Lurleen or any of the other flood-prone areas in Pickens or Tuscaloosa counties, please just note that another batch of heavy rain is coming towards you right now, and this actual band of storms may actually make it into Tuscaloosa by the time we try to head home this afternoon and this evening for the Friday rush hour. Now, the good news is, if you're watching in Birmingham, if you're watching in Montgomery, if you're watching in Gadsden or Huntsville, these are not an issue for you. This is going to be for West Alabama and Northwest Alabama for the flooding potential a little bit later on here within the next 30 minutes to an hour. There's very little going on around the Birmingham metro. There's very little going on around the Montgomery metro area. There is a batch of storms that are moving out of Auburn and getting over here into Georgia. And then everything else is pretty much clear. But like I said, with the flooding and the dangerous flooding that we had earlier today across the Pickens County and the Tuscaloosa County areas, I wanted to jump here on social media and let you guys know one more time that there is another batch of heavy rain that is coming and basically paralleling Highway 82 that runs from Columbus over to Tuscaloosa, and this is staying south of the Highway 82 corridor, and that is not good news for our friends over here in Carrollton, and especially on Highway 17 from Aliceville over to Reform, because you guys have had anywhere from 7 to 10 inches of rain earlier today, and any more rain will make it just that much more problematic, and especially if you were over here towards the Pickens County Medical Center in Carrollton, or along Highway 86 between Carrollton and getting over here towards Noland and Gordo. So once again, if you are watching me across the Highway 86 corridor, and that is in Pickens County, just note that you've already had close to 9 to 10 inches of rain today, and you've got another batch of storms heading your way with increasingly heavy rainfall, and that is not good news. I want to also mention for our friends that are down here in the Demopolis area and across the Livingston area, where the Tombigbee and the Black Warrior River connect down in Demopolis, I want to also draw your attention to this, because there very well could be some river flooding down here near Demopolis, because the Tombigbee River and places in northern Mississippi have seen anywhere from 12 to 13 inches of rain throughout this event. And anything that happened up here in northern Mississippi will be traveling down the Tombigbee River and will end up down there in Demopolis and Livingston. So if you are watching me right now in the Black Belt of Alabama, Livingston, Demopolis, or anywhere near the Tombigbee or the Black Warrior River, you just need to go ahead and keep an eye on the potential of river flooding, because what happened upstream near Tupelo, Pontotoc, Mississippi, Starkville, West Point, Columbus will drain down towards your area and cause the potential of river flooding down in the Black Belt area of Alabama. So once again, that is the reason that I wanted to jump here on social media and just kind of give you guys a quick heads up that be on the lookout for the next few days of extreme river flooding. If you are in a flood-prone area down along the Tombigbee or the Black Warrior River from the excessive rainfall that we have seen today, and of course this whole entire week. So I just wanted to jump here and let you guys know, because like I said, flooding is a very serious situation, folks. Very serious. And you do not want to play around with flooded roadways, or be trapped in a flood area with excessive rainfall amounts coming. So once again, that is the situation. Now, most of these storms are under severe limits. There was a severe thunderstorm warning about 15 minutes ago for this storm that is sitting over Phil Campbell. The Weather Service in Huntsville allowed that warning to expire for Franklin County, Alabama. But like I said, with the intense amount of rain that we have seen down here across an area from Columbus all the way down 82 into Coker, Elrod, Buell, Foster's, Ralph, and Romulus, you guys need to be on the lookout for more ponding of water on the roads, and a very heavy complex of storms again moving into your area within the next 15 to 30 to 45 minutes. And hopefully, after we get this all the way through, we will be done with the rain for a pretty good while. Hopefully, we can cross our fingers on that. But once again, that's the reason that I wanted to jump here, is because of the excessive rain that we've had over the far western portions of Alabama. And there's more heavy rain moving towards your area right now. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. If you are in the rest of central or southern Alabama, let me also show you real quick that there is basically nothing going on in central Alabama. Basically, from a line from Haleyville all the way down to Alexander City, nothing is going on. If you have plans tonight in the Birmingham metro area, some of those storms that are back off to the northwest, if they could drift into your area. Now, if you're up here in northern Alabama, there is a batch of storms that stretches from Gurley all the way down over here to Rainsville. And this batch of storms is moving towards Rainsville and Fort Payne, Alabama right now, well north of the city of Gadsden. And if you're watching me along the coast down here, there's a batch of storms I do note that is around the Montgomery metro area. Let me put these into motion for you, and these have just popped up, and these are going to be moving off to the south and to the east. So if you're watching right now near Montgomery, these storms are going to be moving towards the area of Union Springs. So they're going to be moving in a southeasterly motion. Now, if you are down here in South Alabama, around the Mobile area, there are a couple of little bitty isolated showers, but that should not impact your drive home for the afternoon tonight. So anybody, I'm just going to go ahead and say this before I sign off. The only places that very well could have a nasty drive home is going to be around the Montgomery area with that batch of storms that just popped up over Montgomery. And then anybody that works in Columbus, Mississippi, that drives into Pickens County and possibly the Tuscaloosa area, just in case those storms move over your area. Also, one last stop, I do want to also show you that you could have a rough drive home if you are down here south of Russellville over to Haleyville, Winfield, Carbon Hill. So those are the only areas of concern right now. And basically, this is going to be for a flooding issue later this evening, on top of what we've already seen. And I will also caution you that with all of the rain that we have seen over this past week, one of these storms could have the potential to produce anywhere between 30 and 40 mile per hour winds. And with the soft soil, it will not take very much for winds to knock over trees. So that is another issue that we're going to have to watch out for later this evening. But I think the majority of the rain will be gone by around 9 or 10 o'clock tonight. We've got one more day of scattered storms tomorrow, and then next week we are in the clear and in the dry weather here in central, northern, and southern Alabama. So one more day of rainfall tomorrow, and then by the time we hit on Sunday, it is going to be more of a summertime pattern. Temperatures will warm next week, and we will be back under a high pressure system with very limited rainfall chances. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your Friday evening. If any storms break out tomorrow that could become isolated severe, as you know, I will be right back here on social media providing all of the severe weather coverage. And if we have any more flooding issues, keep it tuned right here to our Facebook page and, of course, our YouTube page for the latest weather information. And I do want to also point this out real quick before we sign off. You can also follow us, the Alabama Stormtroopers, on Zillow for the latest weather updates, including watches and warnings read over to you by the National Weather Service in Huntsville, Birmingham, Mobile, or Tallahassee. So look for us on the Zillow app for the latest weather information. Have a great rest of your Friday, and as always, from all of us here, God bless.